What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. This video is entitled These Things Are Turnoffs. So this is for the ladies. Kind of inspired by Chrissy. She was talking about femininity. I watch her videos, and she was telling the ladies that there were things that, you need to do. And I'm going to explain to y'all from a male point of view. And I've said this in videos before, but that these things are turn-offs. Certain things are turn-offs, and I'm going to say why. That aggressive energy that you want to compete with a guy about everything is a turn-off. I'm going to tell you why. There are a lot of ladies who I've met who for some reason they seem like they don't really want to be women. And I guess it seems like they feel as the grass is greener when it comes to masculinity, even though they don't necessarily like men or masculinity or patriarchy, whatever they want to call it nowadays, right? But what happens is she wants to do everything like a dude. And you're not a guy, so it takes away from the way it's a turn off when we look at you. I don't need you drinking beer like a dude. I don't need you eating like a dude. I don't need you sitting like a dude. I don't need you trying to communicate and have playful banter like a dude. That's a turn off. I don't need you to posture yourself like a dude. I don't need you to try to carry yourself like a guy. And even there are women who are feminine, but they try to take these male postures, and it's such a turn off. It's so aggravating because it's senseless. That's a turn off. Another turn off is not listening. And what I mean by that is there's this thing where you have women who've been raised by women and have learned their thoughts about men through women. So they get around men and they want to tell men what men think. And it's like, and when a guy tells you what's his point of view, his perspective, his words, you're not listening, so you're regurgitating back what you want him to say and telling him this is what he's really saying and this is what he's really thinking. And that could be further, so far from the truth. And it's a turnoff because it says you're selfish to the point where you're so in your own head, you can't communicate with another person, which is a problem. And it's a turnoff because you can't have a conversation with somebody. You can't reach common ground with someone. You can't enjoy a person's company who can't listen. So that's a problem. Another turnoff is the hypocrisy of wanting to be the man but then wanting to be the woman. That's a turn off. Like, nobody wants you to, I'm a man right now in this moment. When I saw that like Ashley Judd clip in the airport, I said, don't call me sweetheart, and I was setting my boundaries, and guys are like, yeah, whatever, man. And then, and at the same time, I want chivalry. I want guys to be gentlemen. It's a turn off. Pick a side. Pick a side. You got to pick a side. That's a turn off. Another turn off is the respect. If if you're a lady and you want to be and you think it's okay to be disrespectful to a man, when for us, respect is higher than love on the hierarchy of things important to us. So if you don't respect us and you're disrespectful, that's a turn off. And if you think it's cute to be disrespectful, that's even more of a turn off because, you know, that shows you got no sense. You know, you got no sense, you got no manners, no decorum. And all those things combined are just not a turn. They're just a turn off. Another thing that's a turn off is not being comfortable as a woman. Like if you can't walk in heels, that you got a problem. If you don't know how to walk like a lady, that's a turn off. If you know don't know how to communicate using your in femininity, not as a human being, but just in a feminine way, it's a turn off. You know, you don't have to be a helpless flower to be dainty. And the fact, you know, and not understanding that you still have to have some kind of womanly, womanly approach to life. If you don't get that, that's a major turnoff to us. Entitlement is a turnoff, and what I mean by entitlement is, well, shit. Okay. What I mean by entitlement, sorry about that, y'all. What I mean by entitlement, I mean, if you think it's okay for you to take because you're a woman and never give, it's a turn off. It's a major, major turn off because it's like you don't understand what being a woman is. You don't understand how relationships and interactions work. Contrary to popular belief, it's a turn off to be hypersexual. If sex is the only thing on your mind, or sex is your only way to get what you want, or sex is is the means to an end, and you think you're old because you have sex, then you know you put yourself in a position of she's just a sexual object, and then you're mad that you're sexually objectified, but at the same time you're hypersexual to the point where you're just a one-trick pony. And you know, on a sexual aspect, yeah, we can be turned on to have sex with you, but we're turned off by who you are as a person. Too trendy is a turn off, and you ladies, y'all like to be in trends, and a lot of times y'all being so trendy, too trendy is a turn off. What I mean by that is this: tattoos are a trend, right? And I'm using this in this way. It's a turn off when we see a woman with a bunch of tattoos. It's a turn off when we see a woman with tattoos that can't be covered up because you follow the trends. If you got a tattoo across your chest, you X'd out. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You got a tattoo like all the whole sleeve, you X'd out of certain things. If you can't wear a dress, a nice dress, because you all tatted up and you thinking you're being artistic, nah, not really. It just shows that you don't know how to. You go too far to get attention. It shows that you're you don't understand how life and interaction works. You don't understand what it's like. You don't want to take your girlfriend or your wife somewhere and she stick out because she look like she's slumming a classy place. You don't want to have kids with somebody, and now mom, you know, looks like somebody who's just in the streets too much. And the crazy part about that, why I say that is, there are people who get tattoos who regret them, and you could tell, and that's a different energy from a person who gets tattoos and they like, I'm flexing these tattoos, and you're like, you look like an idiot. It's not trendy. Just like when I see guys with tattoos, like you didn't get that because it was a mark of who you were. You got that because everybody else was getting tats, and you just jumped on the bandwagon. So being trendy is a turnoff. Same thing with clothes and hairstyles and all that. Like, that's a turnoff, because we know that you can't. You when it changes, you're changing. You have no real foundation. So that's a turnoff. Let me get out of here because I gotta do something. We out. But I might have to come back to this. I might wind up erasing this one and come back. Y'all let me know what I should do. All right.